Welcome to another episode of Redneck Light. I'm going to show you how to replace the distributor on your 460 Ford. I didn't originally want to replace my distributor. I kind of destroyed it trying to loosen it up. To make a long story short, on a Ford 460, the distributor likes to seize to the block to where it won't move around. What you should do is use some penetrating oil and get you some of these vice grips with these curved jaws. These are just about the right size to grip around the shaft and move it back and forth until it really loosens up. Do not try to use a slide hammer and hammer up on it, because this will happen. This is the housing of the original distributor that broke apart because it's old cast aluminum. So let's get started. All right, I'll give you a little close-up of what's going on here. So the distributor used to be here. All that's really left is the shaft here and then the lower part of the housing. Used a lot of different tools and a lot of different methods. Broke a few tools. I need to grip around this shaft and then move it back and forth with my vice grips. I've sprayed it down with penetrating oil, put a little bit on during the day, all over and over again. And eventually I was able to loosen this up, but I just need to move it enough to where then I can actually pull up on it. Now, one thing I did take the time to do is, before I got started on any of this, I basically got it to where the rotor was pointed at cylinder 1, so that way I know it's at top dead center and everything. And then I marked on the intake over here where the rotor was pointing. I've got that rotor pointed at that mark, so whenever I put the new distributor in, I just need to make sure that I'm also pointing at that mark. If you take the time to do that, it makes your life a lot easier when it's time to put the new distributor in. Best thing to do is to rotate the engine until the rotor points at spark plug number 1. Mark that on your intake. Just use that to line up your new distributor. So like I said, I've gone through a lot of tools in this process, but these vice grips seem to be best. Oh yeah. So like I said, I got these now to where they'll move back and forth pretty easily. The trick now is I got to pull up on it. So I'm just going to keep kind of moving it back and forth. At this point, it just comes down to being persistent. Once you have a good grip with the vice grips, you can move it back and forth and start pulling up on it. As you can see, I destroyed the distributor by trying to use a slide hammer on it. Don't use a slide hammer. If you just keep moving back and forth and put steady pressure pulling up to try to start getting it out of the block, eventually it will move, as you'll see in a moment. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, just keep working it back and forth. And also, if it's dirty around here, you want to kind of wipe it up. And also, I've got a bunch of little pieces down here of springs and destroyed tools and etc. I'm going to pick all that up before I take the distributor out, because the last thing you want is some little piece of something falling into the hole. I'm going to pull up on this. Oh. There we go. Distributor. Yeah, basically this little thing goes down in here, and what seizes is these little pieces that are cast aluminum seize to the cast iron block. And yeah, galvanic corrosion's no joke. So we put the new one in, we're going to use some anti-seize. Like I said, good idea until you put the new distributor in. Just put a shop towel or something. You don't have to shove it down in there, but just something on top to keep anything from falling in. Try not to drop too much down in there. Line everything up. We've got the vacuum advance there. We're going to have the rotor pointed roughly there, and it's one of those. The teeth on this are at an angle, so you actually want to point the distributor a little bit before you want it. That way, when you drop it in, you can line up with the teeth there. See, I can already tell we're a little too far over there. No, not the only one too. Oop, wait, there we go. And, yep, too far. See, this is why you mark it on your intake. This needs to point that way. Ooh, that's pretty close. And it's a little bit before what it was originally, so I feel like I'm just one tooth off. just a little bit, try to catch that next tooth. Oh yeah, that is just about right. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but looking from the top, the rotor is pointed just about at my mark. You can also double check and see that's cylinder number 1 on the cap, and it's just right before. Okay, so I've got this pointed correctly, distributor seated. That's really all there is to it. Really the difficult part is making sure everything's timed after this. As long as everything's lined up and you put it back in the same way that it was removed, all you'll have to do is, when you can get the motor started, you should be close enough to where it'll run, and then you can fine tune your tuning, your initial timing, and everything else. So I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, short video. It's really not that hard to replace a distributor. The key here is to really pay attention to where the old distributor was pointed and make sure that the new one is pointed the exact same way. So like, subscribe, follow my journey getting the Lincoln ready for poverty tour. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.